Welcome to our preview show. Our game of the week will be at the Meeks Family Fieldhouse down in Evansville as Coach Robin Sher-Wells and her Evansville Purple Aces will take on the UIC Flames and their first-year head coach, Ashlyn Bracey. And the ladies kind enough to join us here to preview our game on Friday. Laura and I will have the call. It'll be at 6 Central Time on the ESPN family of networks. Ash, I want to start with you.
Okay.
Because Laura and I saw you when you were playing in your collegiate career, and now you're head coach. You're making us feel old, so we're going to blame you for that, all right?
I love
it. But in all honesty, like all the young ladies that we've called over the years, we're so proud of you and the success that you've had after a successful collegiate career. And talking about success, tell us about that victory on Sunday. That was a heck of a win by your team.
Yes, we had a lot of fun. Super proud of my kids for just battling. We got down 10 in the third quarter, and they just kept pushing. And there was just great energy on that bench and zero doubt in their minds. And they went out and were able to close the quarter. And for the first time in a long time, honestly, we've produced offensively. I think we had 3 quarters scoring 19 to 20 points a quarter, and so it just all came together for us. But super proud of the squad.
Coach, you did it offensively, but you've been doing it defensively all season long, #1 in the Valley in points allowed. So talk a little bit about your defensive philosophy and how you got your team to buy into what they're doing and how they're playing defense so good.
Yeah, it's just who we are. I mean, we start every practice with loose ball drills, with taking charge drills, defensive slides. I mean, when you make it who you are and what they become accustomed to daily, I think they just have no choice but to buy into it. And I think they've done just that. And I think we know as a crew that defense is our strength and our ability to hold teams low. And our kids have just really bought into that.
Coach Sher-Wells, you and I talked a couple of weeks ago when you were at Drake, and we talked about how the Valley is such a guard-oriented league. And so let's talk a little bit about your guard, Anna Newman, who got injured in that ball game and the loss and what that does for your team, but also talk about how your backup point guard, Kennedy Mason-Stuyvesant, is filling in those shoes.
Yeah, we've hit a tough stretch here. We've been on the road a ton. And then, like you said, being without our, 5th-year point guard, Anna Newman, has really, really hurt our team, and I knew it was going to be tough for us. I didn't think it would be this tough for us. We've really struggled these last 2 weeks without her. And it just, she's kind of the heart and soul of our team, just from a leadership aspect, and to give her the best chance at recovery when we didn't travel her this past weekend. So she just really hasn't been even around with our team until today. So we're hoping to have her back this weekend. It's not a guarantee, but it's trending positively towards that. And, we're excited to be back at home and just, hopefully bounce back. And like you said, Kenny Mason-Stuyvesant's given her some good experience and she's done some good things. But we don't expect that to just be a 1-for-1, that she's going to be able to come in and just, do all the things that Anna does, for the group. And our group as a whole needed to kind of step up and fill those shoes. And I just don't think we did that as well as we could have over the last 2 weeks. But I do think our players own that. And I do think that we are, we have not at all laid down at this stage of the season. We're ready to bounce back and give a much better effort this coming weekend.
Let's talk about your prime player that was one of your top players when he came in a couple of years ago into the program. Of course, we're talking about Abby, and what has she meant to the program, especially during your first 2 years there at Evansville?
Yeah, she's a nice player to inherit for sure. So very, very thankful that, she chose to stay here when I was hired. And, I've gotten to see her grow and blossom in my 2 years with her, and I think she's a player that is continuing to get better, even as the season goes on. And, she's had a couple tough games too, and just been a little bit beat up these last couple of weeks, but overall, my goodness, she's been such an instrumental part of our season and our wins. And, in some of our big wins this season, she's come up extremely big, and she's made big shots, and she's a kid that's willing to take those shots. And, she's such a true inside out threat for us. And it's just been really fun, just as a basketball coach, and we love to do X's and O's and those type of things. It's been really fun just trying to move her around and find different ways to get her the ball. I mean, she's faced a ton of double teams this year, and it's, forced us to be, it's forced me to try to be creative, and how can we find new spaces to get her the ball.
And Coach Barisi, I would imagine it's a challenge to try to figure out how to slow her down as an opposing team.
Absolutely. She's a force. And as Coach Robin mentioned, I mean, she can do it in so many different ways. I mean, to have a stretch big that's made 45 threes on the season is incredibly, impressive. And then just her package inside, ability to face up, ability to play, over that right shoulder is just impressive. And so we have our work cut out for us, no doubt. Very, very nice player. And it's even though obviously we're opponents and keep competing against her, it's always nice to see a player with that level of skill.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to it on Friday. It is our game of the week in the Missouri Valley Conference down at Evansville as the Purple Aces take on the Flames of UIC. And again, our coverage will get underway at 6 Central Time on the ESPN family of networks.